Ever since my dad walked out when I was 7, my mom believed men were the root of all trouble. By the time I hit 13, she made me wear this awful shirt to school emblazoned with "No boyfriends" in sparkly pink letters. She loaded my phone with tracking apps and set up a security camera aimed at my bedroom window. But when a guy from my science class started walking me home through our rough neighborhood, showing me how to protect myself, I hid it from her. I was more afraid of the 3 creeps trailing me than of breaking her strict rules. Mom's conviction that men were dangerous solidified after Dad left, but that was years back. At 13, I was stuck wearing that garish "No boyfriends" shirt, dealing with her constant check-in calls during school breaks, and living under the watchful eye of that camera outside my room. Deep down, I got why she hovered so much. Our neighborhood wasn't safe. I was 8, wearing a frilly skirt for my birthday when I first got catcalled. Without a man to shield us, Mom and I faced harassment regularly. It made sense why she distrusted men entirely. But her rules didn't stop the creeps. They just painted a target on my back. A girl walking solo, clearly single, practically advertising her vulnerability. That's when I met him, a boy from science class who saw me hurrying past a dicey street corner, clutching my keys like Mom showed me. "Hey, you okay?" he called. I ignored him, remembering Mom's warnings about strangers, but he didn't give up. "I live nearby, we could walk together." Mom's voice rang in my head, that's how they get you, so I bolted, saying no. But I started noticing him after that. He was always around when I walked home. Weeks passed like this until one day changed everything. 3 guys started tailing me, my pulse racing as I reached for my phone. Then Science Boy showed up, casually slinging an arm around me. "Sorry I'm late, babe," he said loudly. The guys scattered. He dropped his arm. "You good?" I nodded, but his next words sent a chill through me. "I don't like you out here alone." Protective or controlling, I couldn't tell, but those 3 guys scared me more than he did. So when he offered to walk with me again, I agreed. Our walks became a secret routine. He knew my schedule, always texting, "Made it home," if he couldn't join me. He taught me self-defense moves in the park, his hands guiding my posture, showing me how to escape a hold. "Every girl needs to know this," he'd say. But Mom's warnings lingered. Predators build control slowly. He'd pop up at odd times, claiming he was just around. Sure, once I teased him about stalking me and his face hardened. He mentioned a car parked outside my house too often. I could have walked away then. Instead, I kept meeting him. Mom nearly caught us once when I was foolishly showing him my street. When her car appeared early, he ducked behind a trash bin. My heart pounded as she pulled up. "Who were you with?" she asked. "Just on the phone," I lied, thinking I was so slick, dodging her rules. But someone else was sneaking around too. Days later, our neighbor Mrs. Carter's house got burgled in broad daylight. The police said the thief knew exactly when she'd be alone. Mom went ballistic. "It's always someone you trust, someone who knows your habits." She stared at me. "You haven't been talking to any boys, have you?" I lied as my phone vibrated with another "Made it home" text. Science Boy texted constantly, always asking where I was or who I was with. Once I didn't reply for an hour and he showed up at the library looking frantic. "Just worried," he said. 3 weeks and 2 more local break-ins later, I decided his presence was better than being alone. On days Mom worked late, he'd hide in my closet doing schoolwork while I kept lookout. "This is nuts," he'd whisper. "No kidding." Then one Thursday, everything fell apart. Mom came home early with a headache. I barely got him into the closet before she walked in. "Just gonna rest," she said, heading to her room. He was stuck. My phone glowed with his text, "Still here, no duh." Then we heard it, glass shattering downstairs. My blood ran cold. Mom appeared in my doorway pale. "Did you hear that?" Footsteps creaked on the stairs, heavy and slow. Mom, all 411 of her, shoved me behind her, grabbing my lacrosse stick. The door swung open. A man in a ski mask stood there, knife gleaming. Mom swung, but he grabbed the stick, yanked it away, and pushed her into the wall. I screamed. The closet door burst open. Science Boy tackled the intruder, using the moves he'd taught me. They tumbled into the hall. "Call 911, he shouted, struggling for the knife. Mom fumbled for my dead phone. He pinned the guy with a wrestling move, knee on his back, knife kicked aside, holding him until the police arrived. The intruder had been targeting single-mom homes for weeks, picking houses with no male presence. No men's shoes on the porch, easy marks. That night, Mom sat on my bed, still trembling. "How long?" she asked. "4 months," I confessed. She looked at him, really looked, then said softly, "My rule made us a target, didn't it?" She didn't say more, just held my hand. I thought she'd softened. But the next day, Science Boy wasn't at our usual spot, or at school. A week passed with no sign of him, his perfect attendance gone. A sick feeling grew. I knew Mom was involved. That weekend, I couldn't shake it. His empty desk at school gnawed at me. Mom dodged his name. Monday at 7:15 a.m., I cornered her in the kitchen, her coffee spoon clinking rhythmically. "What did you do to him?" I demanded. She wouldn't meet my eyes. "Mom, I know you did something. He wouldn't just vanish." Finally, she stopped stirring. "I went to his house last Tuesday," she said quietly. "Spoke to his mother." My stomach sank. Of course, she couldn't let it go after the break-in. She pushed her phone toward me. "Look what I found on his social media before he locked it down." My hands shook as I took the phone. The photos froze my heart. 3 girls my age or younger, each alone with him in different places. A park, a basement, a car's backseat. Their faces looked uneasy, scared. One girl hugged herself tightly while he draped an arm around her. The timestamps spanned months, different seasons, different girls. "He's 18, Maya," Mom said, her voice cutting through my shock. "Held back twice, not 15 like he told you." 18, she showed me official documents, his real school records, given by his mother after Mom shared what she'd found. His mom didn't even know he was hanging out with you. I thought of his texts, calling me special, saying he wanted to protect me, that I was different. Words that felt so real when Mom's rules suffocated me. Then she showed me screenshots from his phone, messages his mother had uncovered. My chest tightened. The same words he sent me, "You're special. I just want to protect you. You're not like other girls," sent to every girl, copied and pasted. His mother made him transfer schools, Mom said, pocketing her phone. She was horrified. "She's getting him help. He's not allowed near you or any young girls." I felt ill. His constant appearances, the lingering touches during self-defense lessons, always knowing my location, it all clicked. At school that morning at 8:45, whispers swirled about Science Boy's sudden transfer. Some said his family moved for work, others claimed he got kicked out for fighting. I stayed silent, feeling foolish. How had I missed it? The signs were obvious, his constant texts, his irritation if I didn't reply quickly. Mom's overbearing rules had made me crave connection, and he'd exploited that. At lunch at 12:30, my friend Lily, who I'd known since 4th grade, sat beside me. I'd been distant, caught up in my secret. "You've been off since he left," she said, peeling her sandwich. "What happened?" I couldn't speak. How do you admit the guy who saved you from a burglar was a predator, that Mom's paranoia was right, just not how she thought? Walking home alone at 3:30 felt eerie without him appearing or Mom calling constantly. She'd changed since learning the truth, less controlling. I gripped my keys, jumping at a car door's slam. Were his self-defense lessons even legit or just a way to get close? Halfway home at 4 o'clock, Mom met me. "We'll walk together," she said. "Not because I don't trust you, but because we both need safety now." Tuesday at 7 o'clock a.m., Mom showed me online videos from real self-defense experts. "What he taught you was wrong," she said. The moves were different, focused on escape, not closeness like his. We practiced in the living room, Mom holding pillows as I struck. Wednesday at 4:30 p.m., my phone buzzed with a text from an unknown number. "I miss you, sweetheart. Your mom can't stop us." My body froze. Mom grabbed the phone, screenshotting everything. By 4:45, we were at the police station. Officer Daniels took us seriously, impressed by Mom's folder of evidence, screenshots, dates, everything. "Great work," he told her. "This is what we need." Thursday at 10 o'clock a.m., I was called to the counselor's office. "Your mom contacted me," Miss Carter said at 10:15, motioning me to sit. "You're not in trouble, but we need to discuss that boy." I braced for a lecture, but she showed me a list. "Do you know what grooming is?" I shrugged, something about brushing hair. She explained how predators target vulnerable kids, those with strict parents, few friends, low self-esteem. They offer friendship, protection, gifts, slowly crossing boundaries. Every item on her list matched his actions. At 10:30, she added, "He chose you because of that shirt, your obvious aloneness. He saw a girl needing a friend and used it." "So I'm dumb," I mumbled. "You're not dumb, you're 13. He's 18 and has done this before." This wasn't fair. Friday at 6 o'clock p.m., Mom and I ate pizza and had a real talk. She opened up about Dad, charming and protective at first, then controlling, checking her phone, getting jealous. "I was terrified you'd end up like me," she said, picking at her crust. "But I was controlling you to keep you safe, just like him." Saturday at 2 o'clock p.m., we joined a real self-defense class. The female instructor made me feel powerful, not afraid. Mom smiled, watching me practice. Monday at 8 o'clock a.m., A text from another unknown number came with a photo of me entering school, taken from across the street. Mom called Officer Daniels while I tried not to panic. By 8:30, police were outside school and the principal announced new safety protocols: extra security, teacher escorts, a buddy system. Tuesday at 12 p.m., I told Lily everything over lunch. The truth about his age, the other girls, the relentless texts. My cousin dealt with this, she said. Her guy seemed perfect too. Wednesday at 11 a.m., Miss Carter started a lunch group on healthy relationships. 4 girls joined. We didn't share names, but we connected. At 11:30, one girl described her older, protective boyfriend who called her special. It was his pattern exactly. At 11:45, she showed me their texts, identical to mine. We went to Miss Carter, who called Officer Daniels. Multiple victims strengthen the case, she said. Thursday at 9 a.m., 2 more girls came forward after Miss Carter discreetly spread the word. We gave police statements separately. Friday at 3 p.m., the detective revealed Science Boy had a history across multiple schools, a pattern spanning 3 years. Mom held my hand as we absorbed it. Saturday at 10 a.m., we attended a support group. Other moms shared guilt over being too strict or too lax. Other girls felt foolish for trusting. Monday at 7 a.m., news hit that he'd been arrested over the weekend. At school, some kids called us liars, others quietly thanked us. At 12 p.m., boys made crude jokes. Lily shut them down while I sat stunned. Fighting physically was easier than fighting words. Tuesday at 2 p.m., the principal held an assembly on consent and grooming. Most kids zoned out, but some listened. A few girls shared their stories with me afterward. Friday at 4 p.m., the prosecutor called multiple charges, trial in 2 months. I was relieved but nervous. Saturday at 6 p.m., Mom deleted the tracking apps. I trust you, she said, but we keep talking. We set fair rules together. 2 weeks later, Monday at 8 a.m., I walked to school alone, alert but not scared, knowing the safe routes Mom taught me. Wednesday at 3 p.m., I saw a younger girl in a no-boyfriend's shirt, clutching her keys, fear in her eyes. I offered to walk with her. Thursday at 4 p.m., Mom mentioned a coworker asked her out. She asked my thoughts and we discussed red flags. She listened. Friday at 5 p.m., as the trial neared, the prosecutor warned it'd be tough. Mom took time off to support me. Trial week, Monday at 9 a.m., seeing him in court made me tremble. He looked smaller. His lawyer called us confused kids with overprotective parents. At 11 a.m., I testified, keeping to the facts. Texts, lies about his age, the pattern. My voice held steady. Tuesday at 10 a.m., the other girls testified. Together, we were stronger. The evidence, screenshots, statements, his history piled up. Wednesday at 2 p.m., the jury convicted him on multiple counts. He got prison time and must register as an offender. Mom cried with relief. Thursday at 7 p.m., we ordered takeout, life feeling oddly normal. We'd won, but it wasn't a triumph, just relief. 2 weeks later, school went on. The gossip faded. I walked to school alone or with Mom, finding balance. Wednesday at 12 p.m., more girls joined Miss Carter's group. We discussed healthy relationships, warning signs, trusting ourselves. I supported the new girls. Friday at 4 p.m., Mom and I finished our self-defense class. The instructor called us her best mother-daughter duo. We beamed. A month later, Monday, I hadn't checked the window locks in weeks. The fear was easing. Mom noticed, smiling when I left without triple-checking. Wednesday at 3 p.m., a girl told me her older boyfriend made her uneasy. I gave her Miss Carter's number and mine. Saturday at 10 a.m., Mom and I volunteered at the support group, sharing our story. Moms and girls cried, seeing their own struggles. Monday at 8 a.m., the neighborhood was still rough, men still catcalled, but Mom and I faced it together, not controlling, not reckless, just cautious. Wednesday at 3:30 p.m., I saw another scared girl walking alone, keys ready. I walked with her, teaching her real safety. Thanks for sticking with my tale. Drop a comment if you made it through. I love hearing your thoughts.